Number 3. The Man Behind the House. This happened last week, and being 17, I haven't moved out of my parents' house yet, so I often end up in the house alone for long periods of time. This time, however, my sister, who lives quite far away from us, asked both of my parents to help her out with the primary school class she teaches for at least 2 days. My parents are both qualified teaching assistants. With my college being rather strict about leaving at short notice, I opted to house sit instead. So my parents head to my sister's house, and the first day goes fine. Kick back with a couple of friends, watch TV, the usual. The second day, however, my dad calls me to check on me. He reminds me that the bin men will be round the next morning, and that I should put the bins out that night so that I didn't have to do it in the morning, and that I should take our elderly neighbors' bins out too, to save them the trouble. Night rolls around, and it reaches 10 p.m. before I remember to take out the bins to the front of the house. I quickly hurry out and put out our bins first. No trouble. Now, our house is slightly to the side of the main street and is sort of a semi-detached terrace house. The neighbors' bins are down the side of their house in a driveway of sorts, which backs onto their garden and is usually empty, as they park their car in front of the house. Seeing that it is pitch black down the side, I pull out my phone and switch the torch setting on my phone, and my heart drops. At the bottom of the driveway, approaching their back door, is a man dressed entirely in black, wearing a ski mask and carrying a crowbar. The torchlight startles him. He drops the crowbar as I zip around the corner and knock on the door of my neighbors. I look around the corner to see him running across the main road into a side street. I explain what I saw to the neighbors, and the police were called. And I'm not quite sure what happened after that. Number 2. Videotape. So today I was made aware of a situation that is thankfully being handled. A little background. I am a 17-year-old boy in high school. I have a bit of hunchback from scoliosis, but I've been told I have an attractive face by many. This is my last year at high school, and as I am moving to a different state next year. Relevant for later. Today in art class, I noticed a kid had a video camera pointed at me. My first thought was, oh, he must be doing something for an end of the year assembly. I look back 15 minutes later. The guy still has the camera pointed at me. I feel uncomfortable by this time and ask to go to the bathroom. As I am done, I turn around. He was fucking videotaping me. I asked, "What the hell are you doing?" He replied, "Taping you, because I won't see your pretty face ever again." Keep in mind, I had no idea who this was. I screamed and ran down to the office. It turns out he had taped me the entire time I was taking a piss. They also searched his phone and had 150-ish photos of me throughout the year, 2 of which were taken from the perspective of my backyard into my kitchen sink window. They were of me washing dishes. He apparently heard that I was bi, which is true, from someone, and he wished to make me his. The cops were called, but I don't know what's happening. Does anyone have any advice? Also note, the guy looked creepy too. Double-bridged glasses, overweight, greasy hair, sweated through shirt. Creepy stalker dude I had no idea about until today. Let's not meet. Number 1. Never go into the woods at night. Parents are right when they say don't go into the woods at night, even if it's the whitest fucking neighborhood out there. Don't. Learn from me. I was skateboarding about 20 minutes ago and decided to see how far I could go and walk in the woods without getting scared. So I approached the mouth of the forest, and already something feels very off. So I look up, and not even 10 feet away is this man, just standing there. He's breathing all heavy and such, and then he starts just casually walk towards me. At that point, I just book it the hell out of there. But here's where the story gets good. As I turn around to run, he grabs my shirt and almost gets me. So I spin around, crack him in the head with my skateboard, and run. I don't look back until I've stumbled to the top of the hill leading towards the town's houses. As I look back, I see that he has gotten up after most surely getting a good concussion, and then he just starts to walk towards me again. And he waves. He waves at me just like a friendly guy. And I was just like, nope. And I skated as fast as I could to go on my crappy old board. And I hear him running after me, so I make a few turns and go between houses and stuff. And eventually I lose him about 10 minutes later. As I was getting to the more populous part of my community, I stumbled inside and I can barely speak. I could have gotten killed, raped, or something worse. So please, if you ever dare to go into the woods alone, don't be an idiot. At least bring a knife, and don't say I didn't tell you so. So, creepy guy who grabbed my shirt,